Next, I'm going to show you how you can use the text and the color tools in Seesaw. I'm going to look at the Halloween adjectives. Now I'm going to click on respond again because I've already completed that activity. But anytime you want to redo an activity, you can come to class activities here at the bottom, and that will let you do any activity again. I'm going to click on respond again. And then the activity comes up. So down at the bottom we have the pencil tool, which looks like this. You can change the color, the color pencil tool. And anytime you press on any of these, it will give you the option to change the thickness of those. Here's the highlighter pen, and then a glow-in-the-dark pen. So I'm going to undo all of that I did. I could use the eraser, but it would be quicker just to use the undo at the top. So undo everything that I did, and I'm going to use the text option. So the number 1, it says the blank kids. I'm going to type in the 3, and then I'm going to touch over to the side so I can change the size of that. I'm going to move it to the blank. You can also change the color of that text. I'm going to touch over to the side again, click on the T, went inside the creepy, touch to the side. Then I'm going to make that box a little bit smaller and then move it to the blank. When you're done with that activity, you click on the green check, and then that moves to the journal. I'm going to come back to activities, come to activities. So looking here, this is a pre-made activity. So some of these you just click on the actual link it says. If it says tap the link, so number 2 it says tap the link to watch the video. I'm going to click on that. The student will watch the video. This is Safe Share TV. And then they will add a response. So some of these, they are pre-made activities. So I will hit respond again. And down at the bottom, you will see in the blue highlighted area, you can click on the UN, the UN, and then move it up. When the activity is completed, they can click on the green check. Some of them, they will need to record their voice. Well, I will show you in another clip what they need to do to use the recorder. Another example, Sheila the Brave. This is an actual notebook. So when it says keyboard, she will type, or your student will type in that actual response. So I'm going to save that. And that will be saved to the journal. So an example of coloring inside an activity, when I come to this fractions activity, I'm going to click on respond again. And I would recommend using a thicker tool like the highlighter, or I can use the pencil tool and then just hold down on it, and then that will allow you to make it thicker, and then you can use your finger just to color that in. And then click the green to save that. So some of these, they can, sometimes the students, if they want to, they can play around with it and change the background, and they like to use the glow in the dark. With that, I've assigned spelling to do that. So while we're waiting for this, there we go. So I'm going to click on activities, class activities, and scroll up. Now, an example that they can use the highlighter pen for would be identifying nouns. So they wanted to identify the noun by using the red. So I would come to the highlighter because that is a little see-through when they highlight it, just like a normal highlighter. So coming to the red, lions. So they just go over it a couple of times. So you can still see the word, but it's highlighted. So I'm going to click on the green check to save that. And I wanted to show you when you have any activity, sometimes you will be asked to click on the actual link, but some of them are just pictures. For example, this whale, if I just clicked on the whale picture, I cannot do anything to that whale picture. It's just the picture itself. But when I come to the respond again, or if I come to add response, that is when I can actually follow the instructions and change what needs to be changed. So when it asks how many, I click inside that little text box and then I erase and I add the answer, and then I'm going to click on the green check. When I save it, of course, that goes to the journal, and here's everything that I've completed. So the teacher, I will approve that. Sometimes I send it back to the student. Might make a comment. I might just say okay. So these are just examples of ways that you can use the pencil. You can use the color tools or the text tool to respond to an activity in Seesaw.